Very good morning, students. This is Dr. Shanmugha Priya. I am going to take, already we completed what do you mean by demand and demand forecasting, all these things. Today, one more interesting topic, demand forecasting objectives. What are the major objectives of demand forecasting? Let me explain one by one. Objective means what? For finding out the demand forecasting, what will be our output? Okay, what is the reason we are doing demand forecasting? That is a major thing, isn't it? So here, what we are going to see in the sense, objectives of the demand forecasting. What first major objective is financial planning, pricing policy, manufacturing policy, sales, marketing planning, capacity planning, expansion, manpower planning and capital expenditure. These are all the major objectives of demand forecasting. Once we want to forecast the demand, what is the purpose it will be? Just like that, there is no aim, there is no goal, we will go and forecast the demand. Demand forecasting which helps, we already discussed forecasting, demand forecasting which helps us to fix the price of the current product. It only going to decide, demand only going to decide about the price of the product. So whether we have to manufacture or we cannot manufacture, at what time we have manufacture, how much we have to produce, all the information we can get by the way. Only reason is to find out the major demand forecasting only. Okay, in this objectives, what we are going to see, economic planning, that is financial planning. Financially, how much amount is required for doing the project. So for that reason, main purpose is that one only. So financially, how much investment we are going to give, and for purchasing a product, how much amount is required. So all the information planning, or that financial planning, all that information required demand forecasting. And I already told pricing policies. Okay, whether this product is right now available or not in the market, whether that product is demand or not. Once that particular product is demand, then only we can fix the price of the particular product. If the product is always available in the market, there is no particular seasonable product, means no need of bother about anything. For example, if you are using FMCG product, every day the price is increasing, or not like that. The same time we are using vegetables, but every day what is that? If the available, if the cultivation is more, automatically the price of the product will be very less. The cultivation is very less and the demand of the people, they are required more product, automatically the price is going to be vary. So there, that one, for once demand forecasting, we used to say, after 2 months the onion price is going to be high. After 2 months, tomato price is going to be high. What is it? How they are identifying? Because sometimes seasonably, now I am cultivating, means after 1 month only I will get back the product. Okay, unfortunately, when I am cultivating, that time so much of rain or natural calamity gets affected, automatically my cultivation get affected. So after 1 month, the product availability will not be there. That not be sufficient, not there we can't say, that will not be sufficient. So that pricing policy, okay, it will decide the price of the product. Very simple, right? Manufacturing policy. Okay, what is the situation? What is the season now? When we are going to start our project? Okay, manufacturing thing, when we are going to do all the things we are going to plan, that manufacturing policy will tell. Okay, sometimes a particular season only excuse me, particular season only particular product will be available in that. So but we want to produce that product whole year. Okay, whole year we want to produce. Then how can we produce? We have to make that one is going to be storage. So make that product all the time available. For that reason, what are the steps we need to take? That is what manufacturing policies. And planning in the manufacturing, which included all the things. Design of the products also comes under in such a case only. So that policy which provide when we have to start our project, when we have to implement our project, whether it is going to be a new product or it's going to be an old product, or any new innovation we introduced, or any new features we are introduced, all this information which is going to be decided by the demand forecasting only. And sales, actually demand forecasting and sales forecasting, it's going to be a twins. Why? Because we are doing, because in the major role demand forecasting is playing is going to be sales only. Once the product is going to be sale, okay, automatically, okay, we have to produce the particular product, isn't it? So sales and marketing planning. Okay, marketing planning, where we are going to do a marketing planning, like we are going with the sales promotional activities like such as personal selling or advertisement, all the information we must collect and we have to do it. And capacity planning, whether that particular industry, but the particular firm have their capacity to produce the particular product in the duration of period. Sometimes the industry is going to be very small, but they will produce more and more product very easily and they will deliver very easy manner. That capacity they may have. Even it's a very big industry also, they are unable to produce the product in a particular timing. So what is that? That capacity, how to identify that one. So that is called capacity planning. And expansion in the sense, it may be a branch expansion, it may be a product expansion, adding a new product line we are going to add, all these things going to be a product capacity expansion. Next one is manpower planning. How much human resource is required for producing the particular product or sell the product. So what are how much people we are going to recruit, and what is the qualification of them, and what basis we are going to provide training to them. All the information he must, that demand forecasting only going to decide. And capital expenditure, total amount for investing all these things, we need capital. So the demand forecasting only will tell this much amount is required for the particular period of time. Once we predict all this information, automatically final decision what we will do, how much amount is required for completing this task. So in that sense, what are the steps we are going to take? That one is going to be a demand forecasting things. It is the major objectives. Next slide, demand forecasting and its importance. We already discussed about demand forecasting because very important. Without demand forecasting, a business economist or any person, he can't do a business in a successful manner. To have a high accurate demand forecast of any final product or semi-finished product or raw material, to thus the demand forecasting system is a fundamental tool. It's a basic tool. When you are going to start a business itself, what you will do first, you will plan. What you are planning? Future you are planning. That means forecasting the future, whether that product now it is required or not. That everything we are going to decide, isn't it? So in this, what are the things? Major play is going to be a fundamental tool to get all the initial information and make any management is going to be a successful one. Any management is going to be a successful one. That is called major importance of demand forecasting. It is very interesting. So we know what is the objectives of demand forecasting and what is the importance of demand forecasting. Now we are going to move what are the steps involved in demand forecasting. How we can analyze the demand forecasting? We have various steps. First one is determining the objectives. What your business? What do you want to do? First you have to know about clear idea about your business, isn't it? I will explain one by one each and every points in a very elaborate manner. Just read first, I will read out all the steps. Determining the objectives and period of forecasting, scope of forecasting, subdividing the task, identifying the variables, selecting the methods, collection and analysis of data, study of correlations between the sales forecast, sales promotion plans, all these things, competitor activities, and preparing the final sales forecast, evaluation and adjustments. So these are all the major steps which involved in demand forecasting. Yes. So now what we are going to see, the steps first one is determining objectives. How we are going to determine the objective? The first step in this regard to consider objectives of the sales forecasting carefully. So first step is going to be that one only. What is that? It is consider major objectives. Objective means we want to start a company. Imagine in such a way. We want to start a company. What type of company we want to start? We are going to start one footwear. Like imagine it. In that footwear company, what is the major constraints will be there? What will be the forecasting? Of course, people are addicted of buying a footwear and naturally they are required. So if we are opening the showroom in a particular place which is very popular, automatically people will come. So I am predicting the place, I am predicting that location I am predicting, and what kind of footwear I can manufacture, I can buy and sell, that one I am predicting. That is what the first step in this regard is consider objectives of sales. How much sale it will be going to happen, that one. Next one is period of forecasting. Of course, time duration. When I am starting, before taking up the forecasting, the company have to decide the period of forecasting. How long it will be I want to forecast. Either within a year I want to forecast, within a 5 year I want to forecast. After 10 year what is going to be that. In that we are having two types. One is short time forecasting and long term forecasting. Okay. So what is the period of? That is period of forecasting. Within a 1 year, what is the requirement? Our company, how much amount of sales is going to be do? That one is called short term forecasting. If after 10 years, our sales order it will be like this, like that we are telling, that is long term forecasting. And the third point is going to be explained about scope of forecast. Okay, what is the purpose we are forecasting? To improve the profit, to maximizing the profit. So what they are telling, whether this product or particular area and the particular industry, it will be success. Okay, what for success rate. So when and moreover it's going to be a local product, or it is going to be a domestic product or nationalized product, all the things we must know. That is what the scope. So now it is going to be sale in the particular area. Either after 1 month or after 2 months, I can elaborate business in some other district also and some other state also. Like that we are feeling, no, that what is the purpose we are forecasting? We want to improve our sales. So the improve of sales means which leads to maximization of profit. So in this scope, that sense it will be helping you. And next one is, next fourth point is subdividing the task. Once if I'm selling some particular product, imagine in such a way. I told you one example, footwear. Okay, fine. So footwear is going to be a product is homogeneous. Yes, footwear is a homogeneous, but different kind of people required in a different type of stylish footwears. Some people like very modernized, some people like heels model, some people normal, some people want children to have a safety in this slippers and footwears. Some people want very posh manner. Some people are having marriage and functions. They want somewhat differently, decoratively they want that one. So any product homogeneous group will be there, that has to be divided, depends upon the requirement of the product. Okay, according to the product we can divide, sometimes area. Yeah, I told one example like a footwear. Even it is some other products, in the sense which area it will be focused, and that area particularly who will likes the product. And that is what any things is here, we have to make it like a homogeneous ones, dividing into. Okay, activities, consumer, all the things we have to weigh, the male or liking, female liking, child or liking. So if it is going to be a child product, how it is going to be, have marketing. Okay, what kind of people we are selling, all the information. That is what subdividing the task. Then our next one is identifying the variables. What are the various variables? which is affecting the sales promotional activities. Variable in the sense, it may be a demographic variable. Demographic variable, it may be a age, it may be a gender, it may be educational qualification, it may be a status of the person, income of the person. These all are variables. Okay, this demographic variable which that will also, for example, if some product males are liking, some product females are liking, so in that age group also difference. Some people are like very traditional organic product, natural product. Some people, they want very modernized product. So that is what these variables, it depends how it is going to be. Depends, it is going to be depends upon the demographic variable only. Either the age may be affect the designing capacity or deciding decision making, or gender may be decide, maybe income may be decide. So all these things, identifying various variables. Okay, different kinds of variable, and in that which variable playing a major role, we have to give more weightage to the particular variable. Next, selecting the methods. Appropriate method of sales forecasting is selected by the company, taking into the account all relevant information, purpose of forecasting and degree of accuracy required, all these things. So which method is suitable for us for forecasting? First, then we have to select it, whether long term forecasting or short term forecasting. We have so many types. That types we will be seeing elaborately in the next. First, we have to select the method, which method we are going to adopt. And next one is, okay, once we adopt the method, then we have to collect the data and analyze the data. Data is important. Okay, information is going to be always wealth. So what kind of data we collected from the customers and consumers, how it is going to be analyzed by the various use of statistical tools and mathematical tools. We have to tabulate all the information. We have to collect the information, and we have to segregate the information, which is going to be give a more priority. After that, we have to compare the data, each and every data to other data. In that, we have to predict the results. Okay, collection and analysis of data, all the information must be do. And for various techniques, the data has been interpreted by various statistical tools is there. You can go with the graphical techniques, whatever. So which is available tools which you know very well, that you can implement and you can start doing it. And then 8th point is going to be talking about study of correlation between the sales forecast and the sales promotional plans. So we have to compare the things, relate the things. How we can relate the things? Already our sales plan is going on. We are forecasting the sales. How we can relevant these two variables? Sales forecast in the sense we are predicting the future, and current situation we are having a sales promotional activity. That two activities, either they are synchronizing or not, they have a relationship or not, that one. Okay, making the forecast reliable, sales promotion plan such as advertising, personal selling and other program activities would be removed, would be reviewed. Okay, for example, sales forecasting, what I said, after 5 months my product is going to be well-known product of the particular area, Kompalli area, it will be very famous, like that if I am telling. Okay, how I can tell that forecasting value? So what are the sales promotional activities which carried out by myself? Once I can identify that information, automatically what will happen? What are the things which will be? Maybe it's advertising is required, personal selling is required, or other promotional activities. So I have to estimate that information automatically. I can compare the results between the sales forecast and sales promotional activities. Okay, a study of correlations between sales forecast and sales promotional activity should be made in order to establish their role in the promoting sales. That's very important. Next, competitor activities. What is the purpose we are doing forecasting? In the sense, we want to improve our sales. And one more thing, what we are doing, we want to increase our profit. So we should not focus on the only one thing. What is around, in and around things are happening. What is our competitor doing? First we have to watch our enemies. No, don't tell the words enemy, that's a competitor. Or the competitor, what he is doing, what are the activities he is doing. for knowing that activities, what are the steps we must do it. Okay, volume of sale of the company is largely affected by the activities of competitors. Suddenly one competitor, he will come and he will give some offer. Automatically what will happen? Our product will be getting stagnant. The people are preferring more offer, more discount, like that they will go. So you must know what are the activities going to be taken by the competitor and how you can improve your activity in such a manner. So all these things, activities, policies, programs, strategy, all the information. Right. Next one is preparing a final sales forecast. Once all this information we collected, what we will do? First, primary sales, what we are having. Okay, what figure we have, find out. And it should be reviewed with a final forecasting figure. Should be arrived at after making all adjustments. Once we preparing final sales forecast means what we have to do? Primary activities which we started, that results and current results, you compare all the results, how the variables, you have to do some adjustments where we have to correct our corrective actions, everything you find out. Finally one forecasting, preparing a statement will come. The last point what we are telling, evaluation and adjustment. Okay, these are all the information which we collected. We collected all the data, we manipulated all the data, we calculated, we compared, we know about the competitors, we know about ourselves, everything finalized. So you have to evaluate the figure of final sales forecast from the basis of operation of a company in the next period. The actual sales performance in the forthcoming period should be reviewed. So review we have to. So we have all the raw data. We have to do a calculation and the raw data will give some output. In that output, what are the changes must be happen? What we are going to do it. So the forecast figure should be revised in the light of difficulties experienced during actual performance. At the end of the forecast period, actual performance should be reviewed and rectified while forecasting demand of next period. That's all about evaluation and adjustments. So what we are studying from these steps, in the sense, majorly forecast have 11 steps. In these 11 steps, what are the activities? Because demand forecasting is not a simple work actually. Before we have to forecast, because this forecast only we are going to take a decision. The company going to take a decision by the use of this forecasting data only. In this data, if you are collecting, it should be very clear and it should be concurrent value. If any changes, you are forecasting something and the current situation is going to be something, means you can't, then your decision making totally, the company will go into face a problem, it will be entirely failure. So what are the major steps in this sense? First, you have to identify the objectives of the forecasting, the period of forecasting, scope of the forecasting, and dividing the task. Make your product homogeneous is going to be heterogeneous, make its availability, and identifying the various variables which is affect the forecasting, and select suitable method, suitable statistical method to forecast your data, to analyze your data, collection of data, analyzing the data, and you have to compare the data, correlation between whatever promotional activity, sales promotional activity and sales forecasting method, these two has to be compared. And what are the activities of competitors, preparing final sales forecast, evaluation and adjustment, all these informations are going to be talking about in the steps of demand forecasting. I think you may understand all these things. Do you have any doubt? You just please ask me. This YouTube channel, you can post your comments in the comment box. As soon as possible, whenever I am seeing your comments, I will be clarifying your doubt as early as possible. Thank you.